I know from other BSIG conferences that you're always kind of at the cutting edge of what's going on in business English training. I've just been to a talk about using authentic business material for listening, which is a topic very much which is close to my heart, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else is happening, out there in the training world. So it's always a good opportunity to catch up.
And you have a talk this afternoon. Could you tell us a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, so my talk links to the topic of the talk I just went to. I'm talking about using real business meetings as a basis for teaching and for developing teaching materials. So working together with Cambridge University Press, we used a collection of recorded meetings and exploited the dialogues for coursebook material, and so I'm going to be looking at some ideas behind doing that, some of the research behind doing that, and then some practical activities.
Okay, can you just tell us a little bit about the research you've been doing?
Yes, so it's really looking at what happens in business meetings, what kinds of things people do, so whether it's decision making or problem solving or briefing or negotiating, and then looking very closely at the language and the skills that they use. And for example, this afternoon I'm going to be looking at the fact that surprisingly in business people use a lot of vague language, which is something you probably wouldn't expect, but when you look at real examples, lots of real examples of business interactions, you can see that that's actually the case. So I'm going to be looking at that a little bit, looking at some of the reasons, and then looking at how you might actually teach students to use vague language in a strategic way in their business communication.
Okay. And finally, we're asking everybody we're interviewing this conference to give us one tip or piece of advice that they give to business English teachers and trainers. So what would your important tip be?
Yes, well, besides going out and buying Business Advantage, which of course I hope they'll do, is because I'm very much interested in using real English and using authentic English, and I think nowadays teachers are in a really lucky kind of situation in that there are lots of opportunities to actually get access to authentic business materials really easily, and that includes audio materials. So there are lots of material that's out there on the web that you can find, and equally teachers can easily make their own recordings if they're ever traveling, or they're in sometimes you can overhear interesting conversations. Not suggesting people go around and secretly record everybody, but just to keep an open mind and look at all the opportunities for actually collecting snippets of authentic, of real business conversations and real business texts. I think there's a lot out there that teachers can use.